Ford's 7.3L Godzilla V8 built a reputation faster than almost any gas truck engine in recent memory, and now everyone wants to know the same thing. What is actually changing for 2027? Is Ford finally giving this engine a major overhaul, or is something else going on entirely? Stick around, because the real answer might surprise you, and it's not exactly what the rumor mill has been suggesting. Since it first showed up in the Ford Super Duty lineup for the 2020 model year, this naturally aspirated pushrod V8 has turned into a go-to choice for contractors, fleet managers, RV owners, and gearheads who just want something that works. Its popularity was never really about flashy tech or chart-topping horsepower numbers. It comes down to something simpler: strong torque right off idle, uncomplicated engineering, and the kind of durability that holds up under years of hard work. With excitement building around the 2027 Super Duty, a lot of buyers want to know if Ford has made any major moves with the Godzilla V8. Based on everything Ford has officially confirmed so far, the answer is pretty simple. There is no major redesign coming, and no significant hardware overhaul planned for 2027. The Godzilla V8 is sticking with its proven heavy-duty gas engine formula, and whatever refinements do show up are expected to be small, gradual improvements rather than a ground-up rework. Let's talk about why this engine works the way it does. A big part of why the Godzilla name caught on so quickly is that Ford nailed the fundamentals from day one. Instead of following the modular, overhead cam layout used in other Ford V8s, the 7.3L Godzilla sticks with a classic overhead valve cam-in-block design. That might sound outdated next to today's dual overhead cam engines, but for heavy-duty trucks, it actually brings real benefits. The compact layout keeps engine height lower, and the long-stroke setup is exactly what generates strong torque at lower RPM, which matters a lot when you're towing heavy trailers or hauling big payloads. For 2027, the core hardware remains the same as what debuted back in 2020. That means a cast-iron block, aluminum heads, a forged steel crankshaft, cross-bolted main bearing caps, variable valve timing, and sequential multi-port fuel injection. Ford hasn't signaled any changes to these core components, which tells you the automaker is still confident in the original architecture it built years ago. It's worth remembering what this engine was designed to do in the first place. The Godzilla V8 was never built to go head-to-head with Ford's high-revving 5.0-liter Coyote V8. Ford engineered it specifically for heavy-duty truck buyers who care more about durability, towing muscle, and long-term reliability than raw horsepower bragging rights. When Ford's engineers designed this engine, their priorities were clear: strong, low RPM torque, dependable performance under constant heavy loads, simple maintenance, high heat tolerance, and operating costs that compete favorably with diesel. Those same priorities are still shaping the engine's role in the Super Duty lineup today. Now here's the part a lot of people are curious about. Despite plenty of chatter across social media and truck forums, Ford has not confirmed any meaningful horsepower or torque bump for the 2027 Godzilla V8. As it currently sits in Super Duty trucks, the engine produces around 430 horsepower and 485 pound-feet of torque, with slight variation depending on the specific configuration and emissions setup. Right now, there's no official word from Ford about a noticeably more powerful version arriving for 2027. For a lot of Super Duty owners, that consistency actually matters more than chasing bigger peak numbers. This engine is built to deliver usable power across a wide operating range, not to top a horsepower leaderboard. That doesn't mean the engine has been frozen in time since 2020, though. Automakers are constantly making small improvements behind the scenes, whether that's tightening up manufacturing processes, improving quality control, or updating software calibration. These kinds of changes are a normal part of keeping any engine competitive over its production run, and they can improve things like drivability, emissions, and how well the engine works with the rest of the truck, all without touching the core mechanical design. That said, Ford hasn't pointed to any specific calibration or engineering updates that are unique to the 2027 model year. Until Ford releases official technical details, it's smart to treat any talk of major 2027 updates as speculation rather than confirmed fact. A big piece of how this engine performs comes down to its partner, Ford's heavy-duty torque-shift 10-speed automatic transmission. That transmission's wide range of gear ratios helps keep the Godzilla V8 working in its sweet spot, whether you're merging onto the highway, climbing a steep grade, towing a heavy trailer, or just cruising around town. Over the years, Ford has continued fine-tuning how that transmission shifts, even while the engine itself has stayed largely the same. For plenty of owners, that pairing of a naturally aspirated V8 with a smooth shifting 10-speed is what makes the truck feel predictable and easy to live with, no matter what kind of driving you're doing, whether that's daily commuting, weekend towing, or long hauls across the country. There's also a bigger reason this engine has stayed so popular, even as more of the truck world shifts toward turbocharged and hybrid setups. The Godzilla V8 stands out because it keeps things mechanically simple. Unlike a lot of newer truck engines, it doesn't lean on turbochargers or direct injection as its main way of delivering fuel. Instead, it uses sequential multi-port fuel injection, which keeps the overall system less complicated. No engine is completely maintenance-free, but fewer forced induction parts generally means fewer complicated systems that need attention down the road. That simplicity is a big reason commercial operators and long-term truck owners keep coming back to this platform. This engine's fan base actually goes well beyond people who bought it in a factory Super Duty. Thanks to its strong bottom end and generous displacement, the Godzilla has become one of the most popular modern V8 platforms for engine swaps and aftermarket builds. People have dropped this engine into classic pickups, muscle cars, off-road rigs, drag cars, and all kinds of custom projects. There's now a full aftermarket industry built around it, offering upgraded camshafts, intake manifolds, supercharger kits, forged internals, custom ECU tuning, and upgraded cylinder heads. None of that comes from Ford directly, but it says a lot about how flexible and tough this platform really is, and why so many builders keep choosing it over other modern V8 options. Now let's clear up what Ford has actually confirmed, because rumors about upcoming truck engines tend to spread fast online, and a lot of the claims floating around about the 2027 Godzilla just aren't backed by anything official. As things stand right now, Ford has not confirmed a redesigned engine block, dual overhead cam heads, factory turbocharging, hybrid assistance, cylinder deactivation, a bump in displacement, or a brand new engine to replace the 7.3-liter gas V8. Until Ford puts out official specs for future model years, any reports claiming otherwise should be treated as speculation, not fact. Powertrain engineers tend to agree on one thing when it comes to heavy-duty truck engines. What matters most isn't peak horsepower, it's whether the engine can keep delivering dependable performance year after year. That's exactly what the Godzilla V8 is built around. Its naturally aspirated design, wide torque curve, and rugged construction make it a strong fit for demanding job site work, frequent towing, and high-mileage driving. Rather than pursuing dramatic increases in output, Ford has continued offering an engine that emphasizes reliability, predictable performance, and ease of ownership above nearly everything else. That's a big part of why this engine continues to be a favorite among fleet operators, contractors, farmers, and weekend tow rigs alike. So where does that leave things for 2027? Based on everything Ford has officially confirmed, the 2027 7.3-liter Godzilla V8 is all about continuity, not reinvention. There's no major redesign, no new architecture, and no big performance jump on the way for this model year, no matter what you might have read online. Instead, this engine keeps running with the same proven pushrod formula that's earned its reputation since 2020. Any updates that do show up will likely come from the usual behind-the-scenes progress in manufacturing, software calibration, and overall vehicle integration, not from sweeping mechanical changes. For truck buyers who want a dependable gas engine that can handle serious towing, heavy hauling, and years of hard use, the 7.3-liter Godzilla V8 still stands out as one of the best options in the heavy-duty pickup class. It might not bring headline-grabbing changes for 2027, but its continued success proves something important. A well-built, naturally aspirated V8 can still deliver exactly what American truck owners want most: reliability, simplicity, and performance you can count on, year after year, mile after mile.